Hello, welcome to Game 5 of the Medium Games Final, tied 2-2, SSounder versus Sportingelijah. SSounder's player 1 on a... What kind of board is this, H-Roll?
Donate board.
It's a donate board. The openings are Groom. You just buy a Groom, then donate. Having not considered it too much.
There's a squire. Sure. So groom, then donate.
Then get silvers. Or something.
Money. But there's highway.
Yeah, you just have to hit 5 to buy the highway.
No, you don't.
You remake 4s into the highway?
I'm not sure that that's better, but yeah, you could.
So if you open Groom Donate to Groom and 4 coppers, then your first Groom is for a hideout, and then like a steward, something like that. And then messenger some stuff depending on what your opponent has, and then remake messenger hideout into highway, and spin.
Let's start grooming for highway.
Yeah, Groom notably says up to 4, so grooming for highway is pretty sweet. And then stuff costs 0, and you get some squires, and I guess you need some of the squires or villages, so you can play some draw cards. And you get a bunch of plus buy, or messengers plus buy too. And yeah, I'm just thinking you might need squires for actions to play your swashbucklers. But you've also got horses for draw too, right? Grooming for highway nets you, or gets you a draw card the next turn. In that,
it's like the card version instead of action version.
Yeah, 3-4 you just cry. You just cry for a while, and then buy Squire Groom probably. I can believe.
Donate on 3-4.
Man, you don't get to buy a Groom until turn 4.
Right.
So here's what I'm thinking. You open Squire. If your opponent opens Groom Donate, you messenger them Groom back. So now they've got 2 Grooms, but they can't play them. And you've got Squire Groom Messenger, and you donate turn 3. Maybe that's not... maybe they'll get used... Yeah. I'm trying to make it work somehow. You just open Squire Groom Donate to 3 coppers. Probably. This is like... You can almost deterministically track what your deck is going to do with these Groom boards. I do not like ever buying... Like, if you Groom, you get 2 silvers if you need a little bit of economy. But as you said, perhaps just Groom is itself... Groom plus remake is infinite economy with a highway. Because we're donating now, and all that silver does is save us 1 debt in a future turn.
Maybe take Groom, donate to 0 coppers, even.
I kind of want the hideout for actions, so I can play more Grooms. Anyways, like Groom for a hideout, then Groom for Grooms.
Squires actions.
Yeah, but then the hideout will thin the coppers while I'm grooming for grooming, and then finally I can remake the hideout after I've thinned all the coppers.
Yeah, given that it gets remade, I like that.
And we could also take a swashbuckler potentially if we need a little draw. But I'm not 100% on needing that.
Alright, so we have the number of times we want to play hideout, and then donate to that many coppers, probably.
So the question is, what do we want to buy? What do we want to buy next turn with 4 debt? Basically, we want to buy a 4 cost 2 turns from now, right? So we donate down to 4 money, so 2 coppers and a silver. The advantage to donating turn 2 over turn 3 for SSounder is what we're seeing now. Sportingelijah actually goes into turn 3 ahead because they're going to have 2 extra pieces in their deck when they donate that they get to draw for sure. because they drew their groom. So I think for SSounder, you just kind of have to go groom, donate, and you take one extra copper, but whatever, you've got the hideout, you've got plenty of horses and stuff to get through it, and then you don't risk this, not trying to groom turn 3. I think still SSounder's in a dominant position just because it's donate more than their first player. I assume this is Squire horse. They go hideout horse. Interesting.
We got a free remake.
And they gave out a free remake. So this surely should be a hideout for SSounder. They've got 2 terminals. They can remake the horse in the hideout if need be, or remake silver into hideout or messenger or whatever.
I wish we had 1 fewer copper.
The 1 fewer copper just makes, I guess if we're getting a hideout right now, maybe it doesn't matter, but I also wish we'd maximally... So the question is, should we ever be buying a 5-cost card in this kingdom? And I think the answer is no. And there's a point where province will cost 5, and I still don't ever think we buy a province for 5. Fun question. If you have 4 highways in play and a bunch of grooms, what can you do?
Fine. I mean, you can get provinces.
You can get provinces for plus card and plus. Yeah. That seems pretty nice, doesn't it?
Sounds hideout.
So Sportingelijah is... I guess they've just missed the donate memo.
Donate yet?
It seems pretty clearly from their current hand that they have not.
You're at 17 cards.
And 2 estates in hand. I've tried before to donate, open, remake, donate, and keep the estates to remake them into silvers or something, and it's just silver donate would have been better most of the time. Okay, I think I like playing horse here, playing hideout, groom for something, remake, copper, silver.
The thing is, if we had 1 fewer copper, we could draw the card we groomed for.
Wouldn't that be nice? And it could be a squire for an extra money. It could be... Well, that's pretty much it. It could be a silver for some extra money.
It could be a groom.
If it was 2 silvers, we could remake 1 silver into groom, 1 silver into hideout or something. But yeah, it could be another whatever. I think we go copper, nothing, silver into groom. Next turn, we plan on playing the hideout to trash the copper, then groom to gain a squire, draw it, and play the other groom. Something like that. Or perhaps, yeah, and then the turn after that, we can remake. It gets complicated, the spinning, the gain, and playing here, but the turn after that, we remake. I think what we're seeing here is SSounder is not maximizing necessarily the donate play. So if Sportingelijah donates now, they've got the highway.
I think they'd be really behind anyway.
Yeah. I've got groom, messenger.
Square for action, groom, then hideout.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's a nice order that you just said, because you can then draw the things that you just draw, at least one of the things that you just gained.
Melody chase.
I don't know here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're grooming here.
What?
I didn't quite follow that. So here I want to remake hideout and into highway and estate into silver maybe? There's no way we're going to play the steward, right?
I think it doesn't really matter.
We might play the silver for money at the end of the turn. Oh, you're right. We're able to buy a second squire here, right? So might as well take the steward because we can draw in a pinch.
I'll probably get remade, so.
I really want to remake this messenger into highway, and I guess I will say this every turn of the game until it happens. I want Sportingelijah to donate. Yeah, this is. I mean, yeah, we don't have that much draw on the deck, so.
If that silver were steward.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to. Yeah, you're right. If the silver was steward, we could draw here pretty happily, which is I think what I came around to at the end. So play the squire, groom for something. We could groom for a state again. Try to find the highway so that we can groom for a highway. Once SSounder starts grooming for highways, they just empty the highway pile, right, and the game's over. I can also believe in playing the squire here, playing the groom, and just remaking for one trash of this silver.
We should have groomed for groom, remade groom and silver. Also play the squire.
Yeah.
Bought the squire.
Yeah, we're down to one groom in deck now, right?
Oh,
Which is
they'd probably take another hair, but.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I'd trade that squire for a groom.
Yeah, we should have a couple of horses, right? We gained one horse that turn. Perhaps we need to add a swashbuckler as SSounder here. A little bit awkward draw. Honestly, we can probably remake a squire here. Or we can just play play everything and buy a highway. Play everything, don't trash, buy a highway. I think I would rather trash two than. Oops, this is a bad order. I don't want that extra squire. Maybe we take a steward now. This is just. I want highways and grooms, right? And you have to have some amount of other stuff to support that. I want to swashy too, the pixie, but I don't have 4 money.
More money.
Too bad swashbuckler's not rabble, because then we could gain them for free. All right, so SSounder has a very specific turn order they need to follow. Play squire, play highway, groom highway, play horse. I believe.
Squires.
Yeah, play highway, squire, groom, horse. Oh, you want to gain... Actually, we could play both these for actions. You want to groom a swashy. We could groom for one swashy and one highway, I think. We'll see if SSounder realizes that the 4 costs.
I'd rather have more draw.
Oh, and we've added a bunch of squires, right? We're adding 2 horses, though, with the swashy and the highway. That I feel like we can get away with it. But
the highway doesn't really help us gain cards. We only need to find one highway.
yeah.
Like if the highway were swash. I guess we can get plus buy, so it could, but we need more highways for that.
Yeah. So this could be a...
Now you take highways because the pile's going low and you have 10 cards left.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of which you've got 2 highways and 2 horses. Although Sportingelijah still has 2 estates, 3 coppers, some silvers. I'm not super worried about them doing something substantial on their turn, given all those stop cards still. And their draw is the 1 horse, basically. These are very sad estate buys. Like we're doing.
An estate got trashed to hide out. It's so bad.
Yeah, this is a very feels bad man kind of turn. Oh yeah. Okay, this feels like we're opening up some serious pile out potential, but
yeah.
And again, as Sportingelijah's deck like Ned got worse that turn. They added Highway, Groom, Curse, Estate was their gains that turn. And they spent a horse. So in the aggregate that was quite a negative turn for them. I believe there's a horse in these bottom two, and this is a pretty decent reshuffle to trigger with a bunch of highways in there. And if I'm tracking, there are 2 horses and 3 highways in there. A couple of squires and grooms. But I think with the horse and the highway here, you just play on and hope to potentially find a pile out.
Yeah, I guess it should have been swashed after all.
Yeah, if one of these,
Not like when we draw on for 3 more cards, I would rather see a swash than a highway.
Yeah, and once there's 4 highways in play, Remake gives us some power to gain stuff. We can gain 4 costs. You can gain 1 costs from any 0 costs. So anything that costs 4 or less can be remade into anything that naturally costs 5. I don't think drawing deck is possible, but I think you can draw most of it and get a couple more highways in play, is my impression of the situation here. Yeah, the swashbuckling pile is still at 10. This just seems like you've got...
I mean, it's really close to a pile anyway. If every groom goes for estate, you just have to messenger the highways and finish the estates. It's like... You'll probably win off that.
But I think SSounder only has 2 grooms in deck.
Right, but Squire goes plus buy also, and the estates will be free.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're grooming for estate here. Actions, buys. Is this a pile out? That's 5 buys.
Yeah, that's a pile out.
So we need 6 buys.
No, we need...
Oh, we need 5 buys.
In an estate, we need 5 buys.
Yeah.
So what?
Groom for estate is a win. Squire for actions. Squire for buys. We've got 4 money and 5 buys. We messenger 2 highways and then buy 4 estates, and we win 5-3.
Yeah, thanks, Hideout.
I was thinking you messenger for estates, but that definitely does not work. And if you groom for estate, you could also draw another highway or a horse, which make life easier.
It's really funny to win with the margin caused by the Hideout trash.
Yeah. I guess we didn't want to trash the silver last turn, but that is a pretty funny way to win the game. All right, well, moment of truth here. We'll see if they spot it. I mean, there's reasons to gain the estate anyways, just to see your other highways to draw on. They could also gain the duchy if they wanted to. I don't know why they would want to, but they did. Okay. All right, so we still have the same pile out here because we have extra squires, so we can get to 7 buys now, it looks like. And just naturally buy out the estates and the highways. That looks like a win as well. Or we could messenger 2 highways and buy 4 grooms. A lot of these kingdoms I draw have been like Boggle. Is that the game where it's like find all the different words? It's like find all the different pile outs. How many different unique 3 piles can you come up with on this kingdom?
Sure. I mean, you don't even need Messenger anymore, right?
Yeah. It just makes it gives you some extra pilouts. And the donate errata is not in place yet, so we can't do like a curse pilout and then donate and trash the curses, which we'll be able to do, I believe, in the future. So this looks like they've seen it. 5 estates, 2 highways, 7 buys. They could do 7 duchies and 1 highway, which is not a win. 7 duchies, messenger for 2 highways. No,
Yeah.
that's
Messenger first.
they're 1 gain short though.
Another screw.
Okay, they found a different line. So good game there to SSounder. Donate finds a way, as it always does, and we move on to game 6.